Welcome to this video, part 9 of the World Championship pre-World Championship series. I'm presenting memorable games by the two players. It's time again to present a game of the world champion Vishy Anand, and we're going back to 1992, already quite a long while ago. And it's a game again against Ivanchuk. I had some other Ivanchuk games before in this series, but here's one again, and very, very nice game that deeply impressed me at the time. It still does, but let's see what happens. To put it in a bit of context, in 1992, both players 23 years old, a long time ago, and they both were considered to be sort of the crown princes of chess, one of those players that you would expect to have matches against Kasparov in the future, who was the world champion at the time. Kramnik yet hadn't made his breakthrough performance. He only did this a couple of months later in the 1992 Olympiad. So Ivanchuk and Anand really were the top candidates for being successors of Kasparov's. So this game was played in a match, in fact, in Linares. It was a friendly match, just exhibition match. And the first game we're going to look at. And we have a Sicilian, and in fact a classical Sicilian, allowing the rouser with bishop g5. This was a line that Anand played for a while. He has abandoned it by now. It seems that black is under some pressure in this opening, but nothing that really should deter an amateur player from playing it. But on a professional level, I think black has slight issues. Okay, e6, all very normal. Queen d2, a6, long castles, and h6. Yeah, this at the time was a rather popular line. Black provokes the bishop to go back, and now takes on d4, and plays b5. It's still a fairly typical position for the Sicilian. And I think this is still played nowadays, once in a while. Okay, f3, this is to support e4, queen a5, having a look at this pawn. So white needs to do something to care about this, so he played a3. Now if black would go b4, there's knight a2 using the pin, so b4 is not good. He played e5, bishop e3, and bishop e6. Nothing special happening really. King b1. Yeah, often a necessary move to get the king out of harm's way on the c-file. Bishop to e7. And now white played the g4. Yeah, there are many other moves. You could also think about h4, trying to advance on the king side. Black has not castled yet, this is important. So you're not going to mate him quickly with the likes of g4. Here black has a choice. He can play rook b8, what he did, or he could also play b4. It's now a possible move. Yeah, let's check this briefly. If white now retreats, black can play the interesting move d5. And yeah, it's a position like that. Black has played d5, which is always an important thing to go for in the Sicilian. It's rather unclear, this position. However, Anand played rook b8, which is not a bad move. Here, Ivanchuk went for knight d5, which looks pretty innocuous, but in fact this introduces now the most remarkable phase of this game. Anand now took, and now Ivanchuk actually committed a mistake, and it's very hard to appreciate that beforehand, that the next move is a mistake. In fact, it seems that the best move is just recapturing on d2, and it's probably about equal. However, he took on f6, and now this is this is the first important point here. As Anand now played g takes f6, and this is a very remarkable move. Why would you weaken your pawn structure? It seems it's a double pawn, and it seems to kill the bishop. The alternative was bishop takes, of course, and after white takes on d2, let's say like this, it's maybe about equal. It's nothing special really. Bishop e7 maybe, or maybe king can also play king e7. It's probably about equal. But g takes f was played, rook takes, and now g takes f in connection with this move is remarkably strong. Anand now played h5. It looks completely crazy. You first kill your bishop, then you play h5. But what's the idea? Yeah, well, it's very concrete. Black is attacking this pawn, and this is of course forced after g takes, rook takes, h5. Black is attacking this pawn. What should white do? If he covers g4, let's say with bishop e2, then black takes on g4, and then suddenly there's rook h3 attacking the bishop, and after something like the bishop move, maybe here, black will go here and rook h8, and immediately and suddenly gets pressure against the h-pawn. So bishop e2 is not really helping. You cannot play h3, of course. This just gives away the pawn immediately. And so what should you play? You could take, but after rook takes, there's still this idea with pressure against the h-pawn, and giving up the g4 pawn also means that those double pawns, and this is a nominally weak pawn and a double pawn, these are not a problem at all, because black can easily play f5 or, after some prep, d5. So you don't want to really take on an h5. Let's say, just for instance, something like this, rook g1, black drops back and then goes f5 and doesn't have any problems. In fact, he seems to be more comfortable here. Ivanchuk played rook g1, and this looks like the best defense, because after this you just keep the pawn, and black cannot enter on h3 and further increase the pressure. And now this is the next move. I know, I still remember that it really shocked me that this could be good. In fact, this is the type of move that I can easily imagine myself doing if I would do live comments for a blitz game. This is the type of move that you instantly, or at least my instant reaction would be, okay, this is just bad. But in fact, it isn't. It's one of those moves that are immensely strong, but only after you looked at it a bit, you appreciate why it is a strong move. Yeah, what did black play? Here Anand played the remarkable move bishop c4, and this is just extremely strong and completely counterintuitive, because this is your nominally good bishop. Why would you go to c4 to exchange it against the f1 bishop? Yeah, why this is strong? I mean, black's alternative would be just to play, let's say, king d7, and then white gets to play h3 and just cements the king side. He might even go bishop g2 just to protect everything and stay put, and then it's very difficult for black to make any sort of progress. This is the strength of this move, bishop c4. It exchanges the, at first it looks like the bad bishop, but it just allows black to make immense progress. This is an exchange that allows black to enter on h3. Let's see. White now played b3. He also could have taken, but this is not really helping. c3 is an immediate threat. If you go rook d5, then there's rook b5 also. There's still this weak pawn. So black is in excellent shape. He therefore played b3. So black exchanged, and now rook h3. So you exchange this bishop on e6 via c4 to allow the rook to enter on h3. So this is just great play, exchanging this at first strong bishop for this weak bishop, but you get concrete benefits from that, as you are able to attack the white pawns, because this is the interesting point. Those pawns are much weaker than black pawns. This is one of those cases where this famous saying applies: bad bishops protect good pawns. This bishop is at first looking like a complete moron. It just sits there and protects those pawns, but it does a great job in doing so. Those pawns are absolutely not weak. They cannot be attacked. And black has a very clear-cut plan at making progress, and we will see what this plan is. Rook e2, king d7, and yeah, now white tries to exchange off some pawns. He plays g5, king e6, and note that the king under the shield of the pawns can enter the play actively. Chooks. Bishop e7, very strong, retreating and intending to use those pawns. What black is dreaming of, he likes to get two connected passed pawns, and we get to exactly that. Bishop e1, f6, yeah, again, but it's exactly the way you should play in this concrete position, as black manages to play d5. Note that
check.
Black managed to exchange all white's pawns here, and at the end he's got two connected passes. So this is amazing. This is a clear-cut concept developed right from this position, where black manages to exchange his bad-looking pawns to, at the end,
check,
get those two strong passes. It's very difficult to defend this. White is probably not lost, but it is close. He played now rook f5, and this in fact sets some traps here. Black must be careful. For example, if you go king e6, this bishop takes e5. Something you really don't want to calculate. And this is hanging. King c6 is what he played, probably necessary. Rook b7 is also answered by bishop takes, and this also makes it very difficult for black. This is better, just retreat, and you always have those two bishops, those two pawns, sorry. And white cannot attack this this weak-looking pawn, because how is the bishop ever going to get there? This bishop is much more useful than this bishop on g3. So we continue rook f2, and now black needs to regroup. He needs to get those pawns rolling, and the next step is to get the king to e6, which he managed. Slowly improving, and now the pawns are ready to roll, and probably around here Ivanchuk could have defended a bit more tenaciously, but I guess he was pretty shocked by the concept that was realized in this game. Yeah, this is very straightforward now. Black slowly improves to get to bishop d4. And now the pawns are marching.
Check.
Using this neat trick. Mate on a1, and the rook is hanging. There's no way to avoid material loss now. If you go this,
check.
If you go there, you lose the bishop.
Check.
So he needed to give the exchange. And at the end here, black breaks through on c2. Yeah, here Ivanchuk already resigned. So this concept, I think, is really impressive. Let's go back to this part
check.
of the game and review. There's g takes f6, rook takes, and h5. This is immensely strong. You're just in danger if you get this position. You're simply in danger if you have this as black to just without any thought recapture with the bishop and think, okay, well, that's not much happening. d6 I can easily defend. It's no big problem here, which is true. But to recognize that g takes f and h5 is actually leading to a very good game for black is really, really strong. And this is the kind of conception where you where you see an exceptional player. I'm pretty sure that it's very difficult for a normal grandmaster to come up with this idea like gf and h5. Nowadays, maybe because you know of this kind of games where this kind of exchange that you get to a position where you look passive, but at the end manage to get in all the pawn breaks connected with this move. In connection is really, really strong. And here white has really no way to prevent at the end that those pawns will get moving. You could actually argue, if you look here, that g5 wasn't good. That white probably should stay put, but you can have a look at this. Let's say white does nothing. Bishop d2, going here, and it's a problem. White defends passively, and at the end we get to something similar.
Check.
And it's king e6, f5. White cannot prevent this. It's really amazing. So this is just very, very strong, this g takes f6 move. And I think that Ivanchuk was really shocked when Anand played this. It's just an assumption. You cannot tell. But yeah, I'm still impressed. Also bishop c4. It can really happen that you don't consider this move, because why would you exchange your, at first it looks like your best piece. I mean, the bishop on e7 doesn't look particularly great, and this looks like your best piece. Why would you exchange it? But it's just due to concrete considerations, it's the best move. And now this is just very strong. All right. A very interesting strategical concept here, and don't be frustrated if you think, well, this is nice, but I would never ever come up with it myself. It's just as it is. I think myself, I also never would have come up with that, but yeah, those guys really know how to play this game. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you like this interesting strategical idea that Anand presented in this game.